We just have more. Good evening, everyone. I would like to call to order the Liquor Commission Tuesday, December 17th. 6:19 p.m. Call please. Backpack. William,
Here.
can you hear us?
Here.
Patty? Here. Flock?
Here.
Simon?
Here.
Katie?
Here.
Gus's present. Item number 1, may I have a motion to approve our minutes from December 3rd meeting?
Who moved? Second.
Petty? Yes. Flock?
Yes.
Simon?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Babcock?
Yes.
Public comment. Is there anyone in the audience wishing to make public comment this time? Anyone remotely? Okay, hearing none. Moving on then to item number 2, we are here tonight to review an application for a Class D on premises only beer and wine for Tomar LLC, doing business as 815 Slots. Is Rose, you pronounce your last name for me?
Billardello.
Villadero, okay. I can talk to you briefly and asked you, thank you for coming tonight.
Sure.
To give us some general information about your renewed business.
Okay, well, it is still, I guess I don't really need to talk about it. Most people know it was Anna Maria's before. We closed that down in April. We decided to do a name change and change it to 815 Slots. And we are still intending to be open as a restaurant. We are going to have food and slots, just as we did before. We just did the name change, hoping to, because when we did have slots before, we made very, very little in the revenue for slots, and we didn't have the right help for the kitchen, so that's why we decided to change things up. We thought with a fresh name that maybe things would be a little bit different. We changed this, we simplified our menu. We still are doing pizzas and appetizers, but it's just a little more simple where it'll be easier to have somebody manage the kitchen and then still have the slots as well. So with the name Slots, having slots in the name, we're hoping to bring in a little bit more in slot revenue than we did when we had Anna Maria's. So. But we're still wanting to still generate a decent amount of revenue with our food as well.
Did you bring a sample menu?
I did, yeah. Yeah, bring it up.
Yes. Please. You could start it at this end.
Okay.
People will be on that.
Do you want me to do one each end? I have a couple.
Oh, sure.
So
Thank you.
I do have, there's a menu here, and then there's another page that shows the layout of the floor plan, which shows the seats. And we can take a look there.
And is your kitchen on site or do you have a satellite kitchen?
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. Because we had a kitchen already before as Anna Maria's. And so it's still the same kitchen.
Since we don't have the dining.
Is there somebody cooking out of that kitchen? What I understand is we're gonna be brought in to South Beloit.
The pizza are gonna be made there on site. We're using a different kind of crust. We're not gonna be it's not the same crust as we use in South Beloit. The dough, so we make the dough from scratch at our South Beloit location. And here we're gonna use, it's a farm baked crust. It's called Pinza. I don't know if you've heard of it. And those you order in already made, so they're frozen, and we can then easily put all the sauce and topping and cheese in there and bake it. So we won't make there.
There's a cook on duty all the time, or
Yeah, there'll be somebody there that will be able to assemble the pizza.
is it a cook and somebody manning the floors or drinks, or is it just like one person?
Whoever is there will have to have the appropriate permit or the health department to be able to handle food. So, and then there'll always have to be, somebody will, at all times will have to be there that can cook. And then the other, and then we have somebody else, just depends, some certain times of the day, there might be one person there, and the other times of the day, there'll be two people during this year times with like dinner time.
And how many seating in there?
Right now, 12 says no. Stand there for.
Wherever you're comfortable.
Doesn't matter.
I'm good here. I feel so far away over there.
Any other questions?
And with the name change?
Mhm.
Nope. I've been there, I've looked inside.
Mhm.
I don't see anything that relates to food. On a name or a out front, it's just like you just said, it's just the 815 slots.
Yeah, it does
Two
say
tables.
eat, drink, play on the sign. On the sign that we have, you see the little logo on the front of the menu. So there's food and then and we're not open yet. We're not gonna be open till the middle of January, so we still are working on things. We don't have like any wall hangings or anything hanging in the windows yet. So we're gonna have to, finish all of that.
Do you have the appropriate licenses or whatever permits from the county health department?
We do. Yeah, we already talked to them and everything is
I'm not, I didn't see that. I saw something different.
we talked to them and they, you know what, they said we don't need to do anything because we don't, there's not a change in the kitchen layout. We weren't doing any type of changes with the kitchen at all. You know what, I do think they did say that they just have to change the name over, so we do have to do that. I apologize. Because I remember talking to them, it just seemed like it was fairly simple, so it wasn't gonna be too hard to do.
What I saw came out today, it said, they talked about having to do a new inspection since there was remodeling done or something. Read the email.
It gets copied.
Yeah,
On email from the health department, and so the indication is they consider this to be a rebuild and renewal and a deviation from what they looked at and saw previously. So there seems to be a void between our interpretation of what's needed and what.
okay, yeah, that's what they told me, because we didn't make any changes in the kitchen. We put up a wall and we just put a wall up and open the window. That's that's all we did with remodel, like things for remodel.
It's there.
But not in the kitchen, it was like more on the outskirts of the kitchen, like on the out. But
As I said, we're just paraphrasing
What-
the email, and they indicated that they would require a start from scratch inspection of the entire premises because there is such great deviation from what they saw first time through. And when that first time through was, I have no idea.
okay, and they got
So
the
you need to
information
speak
from.
with, you need
yeah.
to speak with them and
I will.
clarify
Mhm.
what needs to be done or what update of permitting or
Of course.
all of that kind of thing.
The bathrooms are in the gas station.
Mhm. And that's how it was before the weekend. So had
Yeah.
8 or 9.
So therefore, your hours of operation would be what,
9 to 10,
7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Questions?
as to where they got the information or how, you know, they didn't come to inspect anything
Like.
with the health
At
department.
the bottom, they said that. I don't know how they worded it, due to some changes in the. Renovation, or they used the word, remodel.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
They said that they now have to come in and start from scratch again. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Come in and look at all that again.
well, yeah, I'll call them right away. then
To
about
see.
that, because like when I had spoken to somebody, that's what I had said, what they told me. As long as there wasn't any change in the kitchen layout. So. That's the kitchen.
I think the, if I'm struggling with is, it's 815 slots and,
Mhm.
is it a gaming place or is it a restaurant? And leading with slots and really there's not a restaurant, because we have gaming, licenses as well as opposed to like under the restaurant section. So that is sort of what I'm struggling with, like why we have pizzas and stuff. I don't know why pizzas is not in the name or, in any of that. It's sort of.
Yeah, we're gonna do some advertising in the window. So it'll, when you approach it, you'll be able to see that. And then with any signage in the inside that we'll have as well, so you'll have menus and
And then Joe, you were
pictures
saying
of
like.
food to try
they
to.
have to have like 51, like the majority of your revenue has gotta come from the food, right?
Mhm.
I mean, so that's.
So that's
Is
what
it
we're
your-
looking for.
Is it your goal to flip that eventually?
For it to have,
Majority of revenue from gaming?
I'm looking at your menu, you're gonna have to sell a lot of $10 flatbreads.
we'll see how it goes. We do wanna try to do some delivery options with DoorDash. So we're gonna see how that works. It's kind of unknown. We're really hoping that it's gonna go. We will see. We don't really know until we actually get into it. Yeah.
If you
But we
read,
do we are hoping that we do decently on the food as well. I don't know how the slots are gonna go. They might not go too well either. I mean, they might not, we don't know. We really don't know.
I also read in there that if. They're under the belief. Food is gonna be made in South Lloyd. It says in there that frozen pizzas are gonna be brought to Roscoe,
Who says
the
this?
health department even.
Oh, I don't know. That was maybe a thought one time, but we are not doing it because they're a different business and it was gonna, that was a couple of big things. We're gonna do them on site.
Yeah, they're even considered frozen. I'm just going by,
Mhm.
I don't know.
I've got a question, Carol.
Yes.
So one, sorry, I'm not there this evening, but I believe, ma'am, you were here once before, I think, for an application for Lucky Locks location. Is that correct?
Yes.
He's from-
where
he's coming from.
Yeah, I
It's
was
been
talking when we were looking at it.
I'm
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
It was my understanding that you were here once before when Lucky Locks converted and you wanted to put a slot at the Lucky Lock location. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
So at that time, I stated, and I think other on the committee supported this, that, since we have plenty of slots in the area, was our inclination to not add any more slots. So it looks like to me, and in your application, it says applicant has never previous been denied a liquor license. And I don't know, maybe that's a question for the attorney, because you say no, but we did deny that location slots and the liquor license. So my position here, while we applaud you for being an entrepreneur wanting to start a business, it looks like to me that apparently you bought this company and now you change the name from a pizza place, which denotes food, to a slots, which is completely different than what our direction we want to go. So I do not support your application, especially with the vagueness of some of the things that we don't understand. So I would make a motion until things are better clarified. I'm not supportive of this.
You're making your motion is to.
I'm making
deny-
at this point, I'm making a point. I'd like to have others chime into that, just to verify that
I'll make a
what
motion
my
at this
statements are
time.
correct.
I'll second it.
Yeah, we've been a closed business since the month of April. And we're trying to survive and make this happen.
We have a motion and a second before the board, motion to deny the Class B license and a
Renewal.
second, or renewal.
Because they already have a class two
Okay,
license.
so there's a motion to deny renewal of this Class D license and a second because of a number of factors.
There's too many questions.
What's the legal,
Justin.
something we're able, do we have grounds to deny this?
Well, it's, renewals are generally intended to be routine, but I'm new to the circumstances as of this afternoon. But it sounds like it's been closed since April, if I heard that correctly. Complete changeover in kind of operation and kind of focus. There still has to be more than 50%, more than 51%, at least 51% non-gaming. You know, I don't know if this is a denial of a renewal, the motion is final or until further information. I mean, they're not operating right now. So it's not like they're selling any alcohol. There are concerns when you deny a renewal. But there are a lot of factors here which say this is a completely changed operation. I mean, is it really the same applicant? Is it the same operation? Is it 100%? Absolutely, yes, you can deny a renewal. I can't go that far. But there are a lot of factors here that are all new to me that suggests a lot of changes that have been made. And I guess I'd want clarification if this is a denial today, bring it back in a month and tell us more about what you're doing, or if it's a done deal.
Since you heard about it just today, I feel more comfortable just pushing it out and letting you take a good hard look at it. Make sure the village is coming. Yeah, something that I don't believe I should take it towards us if it's something we can't deny.
Can I say something?
Just one second. Is there a desire to amend your motion for further information once the issue with the health department is resolved, their inspections and what they see as permissible here?
Yeah, I mean, the clarification in the that I read is frozen peas, and you're saying differently. That's one already. There's two or three things that are already different in this. That I don't even know if they're gonna okay it, but when they use the word you've remodeled, we need to come in and start over again with our inspection. That's another question mark that goes up in the air, and I'm with you. If it seems to be a flipped organization or a flipped operation to move to something else. And I'll be flat out, it looks very extremely boutique-ish to me.
And there are,
And the 51%, prove me wrong, I hope you do. But I look at the health department, says frozen pizzas, that's a lot of frozen pizzas to make 51%. Now, I'm just reading that's the information I have in front of me right now, so that's what I'm basing it on.
The crust is frozen.
but as indicated, there are so many substantial changes from when you first got your license a year ago or however long ago it was to what is visible when one walks in the door at this particular point. And so it's almost misrepresented today's application to come in with this Class D based on how you are going to fundamentally operate and admitted that you wish to grow the gaming. That's going to be your focus. That's going to be your focus.
Another unusual aspect,
And I did say the vote.
Just 1 second, please.
well, another unusual aspect is the license holder has not operated since April, as I understand it. And so I haven't looked at your code, but I mean, the licensee has not operated as a liquor establishment for 6 months. Does the license lapse? That's also a factor. Is it, a lot of changes and there are a lot of things going on. It hasn't been a bar for a long time. That's another factor in terms of, does it need to be a new application? How long does a license stay valid if the person doesn't operate the alcohol establishment for 6 months or more? I haven't looked at that question. I haven't had the chance to dig into your code to see if that's addressed in here. But there's an argument to say the license could have lapsed.
Thank you. All right, we have a motion and a second. Your motion stands as it is to deny the Class D without
At this
the
point,
amount.
yeah, at this point in time, yes.
So without any other comment? Mike? Did you have something?
No, I just think if it sort of looks like a boutique, it says 8.5 slots and it doesn't really say pizza. It looks like you're changing your business model from this to that, and there's licenses for gaming and there's licenses for food and restaurants establishments, and I think it really falls within that other category.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Let's call the vote. Babcock?
Is this
Read
yes
them
to
all.
deny or no?
Wait,
Am I able to say anything?
no. Stephanie, would you read the motion again, please?
Motion was to deny.
Okay, Mr. Babcock, the motion is to deny the Class D license for 815 slots.
Yes to deny.
So a yes would be to deny.
Yes, deny.
Petty? Yes. Block?
No.
Sima?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm not able to speak anymore then?
No, you can reapply. You can have a conversation after, but the business here is continued. Thank you. Public comment? Having no public comment, is there a motion to adjourn? So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. All right, we will move to our